Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, now we hit.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top. Teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio. And now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we hit. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get.
1, 2, 3 into the foe. Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on your radio. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, sent here to teach you how to start and grow a successful business. And occasionally, about 3 times a week, 4 times a week, I'm able to capture a Tulsa icon, a Tulsa tycoon, a man who's usually out expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire somewhere. And we have got him today inside the box that rocks. It's the co-host with the mo-host, Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, how are you?
I'm not sure what mo-host I have the most of.
It's all about putting the right emphasis on the correct syllable.
Well, I tell you what, though, I know one thing. You're an excitable man.
Oh, I am very excited. Very, very excited right now. Very excitable.
You're an excitable man,
yep.
And you're having one of your dreams come true.
Oh, yes.
And this week is a culmination, is a build-up,
a pinnacle
to something very, very fantastic in your life, and that is it's Super Bowl week.
Oh, yeah.
And your team, and I say your team as
America's team, the Patriots. It's the freaking Patriots, America's team.
They should be, but my team, which technically is America's team, the Cowboys didn't get in. This just in. They didn't.
Do you know why they didn't get in this year?
But the Dirty Birds did. I got a Dirty Bird on my thing.
Hey, listen here. If you're on Facebook Live, you can see Dr. Z's Dirty Bird on his desk here. Now, Z, seriously though, I want you to. Do you know why the Dallas Cowboys did not make it into this year's Super Bowl? Do you know why?
Because they didn't beat the Green Bay Packers.
Their stadium's not big enough.
Ooh, ouch.
If they built a bigger one, then they'd be just fine.
That's just hurtful.
It's not as expensive. If they would put more money into the infrastructure, into the size of the stadium, I'm sure they would have.
I feel like you just attacked my core right there. I got to come right back at you.
No, I'm outnumbered because today's guest, we have a guy on the show today, Mr. Thomas. Now, Thomas, who's Thomas? Thomas is the founder or the co-founder. We'll get into the details, but he's the founder / co-founder of this great company called Full Package Media, and they basically do photography and videography for realtors, real estate agents. And he's from the great city of Dallas, Texas. And so I'm inferring he's probably a Cowboy fan. Thomas, are you a Cowboy fan?
A little depressing when they lost against the Packers, but I agree. A bigger stadium would do it.
So I am definitely outnumbered here. So we have 2 Cowboy fans inside the box that rocks. And today we're talking about a subject that is so exciting. It's almost more exciting than Oklahoma Joe's baked beans. It's almost as exciting as the baked beans. I had some this weekend. They're game changers. Z, would you argue that today's topic is more exciting than Oklahoma Joe's baked beans? Could that be argued?
Well, it could be argued, but it's not true. I mean, because the baked beans change you not only mentally, like this information does, but also changes you physically.
That's very, very true.
You get it's kind of a synergistic effect of the change of your mind and the change of your body when you go to Oklahoma Joe's with 3 convenient locations here in the Tulsa area.
And you know what you would do if you got those Oklahoma Joe's baked beans and you want to be very productive, if you've been listening to our earlier time management episodes,
yeah.
What you would do is you would take those baked beans to Tulsa's #1 bank. You would take those with you. You take them to go. You say, yeah, I'll take those to go. And you take those baked beans with you into the lobby of Regent Bank, my friend. That's where you would go.
You know what we need to do? We need to have I need to talk to Joe Davidson about this. We need to have another Oklahoma Joe's in the lobby. Or, like a cart, like a food truck parked there, like an Oklahoma Joe's, like a dispensary of heaven right there. Maybe just a big...
It makes too much sense.
Yeah, you come in, you open a checking account, you get some baked beans.
So welcome to Regent Bank. Are you here to get the beans, or are you here to open a checking account?
Both, actually, both.
Oh, that's sweet. I'll get
That's
you some
good.
extra burnt ends with that.
That or you fill out a loan application, you
Yeah.
get some baked beans. Maybe some burnt ends on that too.
We give these ideas for free to Regent Bank. We're not charging for these ideas.
These are no charge.
All right, now today we're talking from a book I just finished writing called Do Your Job, A Look Under the Hoodie of Bill Belichick's management moves. Now, a lot of people ask, why do you like the Patriots? Okay, and the people ask that, well, why? Are you from Boston? No. Do you love Tom Brady? I respect Tom Brady. Well, why do you love the Patriots? I'll tell you why. I love them because of Bill Belichick's management systems. I love the fact that on any given Sunday, it doesn't matter who's on the team, the roster, every week I'm like, who just caught the ball? Who is that guy? When did they sign that guy? And they just keep winning. It's not star dependent. It's a system.
Well, the people out there have to listen. They have to go, oh my gosh, is this sports radio? No. Is this politics? No. Is this home and garden?
No.
Is this how to get your house ready to sell it? Is this like a real estate channel?
3 ways to get your refrigerator all cleaned up before doing a show.
The type of cookies you should make when showing your house.
That's good.
That's not what this is about. So some people may be going, oh my gosh, here he goes talking about the Patriots again. You've got to understand, folks, listening out there in Thrive Land, you've got to understand one thing. My good friend, my co-host, my young grasshopper to my left, which would be your right,
young grasshopper,
he is so inspired by the Patriots because he looks at them as the ultimate business. And as Bill Belichick is the ultimate businessman. And the way he runs this football team, I think Bill Belichick coached anything, you'd be like, I'm a fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a fan.
I'll tell you a true story. I was in Boston, Thomas. You'd probably like this story. So, if you ever stayed at a Holiday Inn Express, one of those ones where it's like they have a pool inside the hotel. Have you ever been to one of those Holiday Inns?
I have.
Okay.
In San Antonio, I think.
Really? Okay, so it's like a souped-up Holiday Inn?
Yep, it's pool and the little outside indoor traverse thing.
So my wife bought me these tickets to go see them play for my birthday last year. So I go there, and I'm in the lobby of this. And Foxborough, by the way, is like the size of Bixby. But yet it's the home of the team because they couldn't get the permits needed to build the stadium in the city of Boston.
So those of them listening out there that don't know about Bixby, that's what, 20,000? I don't know, 30,000? How big is Bixby?
Bixby's
10,000?
like 30,000 people.
Okay, 30,000
You feel like you're in small-town America.
Okay, you feel like you're in small-town America in Foxborough.
Yeah,
okay.
And so we're staying at this small hotel that has a pool inside, and it's kind of like the only hotel there is. There's a Renaissance hotel that is at the stadium, and then other than that, that's it. I mean, there's just no other place to stay.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And most people commute about 45 minutes out of town to go see the game.
I gotcha.
So long story short, I'm there, and for the morning breakfast, they have this great buffet of like sausage and French toast and all this stuff. And our waitress, bless her heart, was impossibly slow. And I'm not making this up. The guy next to me looks at me and he goes, I swear, she needs to do a freaking job.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe, you're listening to The Thrive Time Show.
And everybody in Boston uses the word freaking as though it's like a period, or it's basically the adjective for anything. So like, I swear, the lady, she needs to do a freaking job. And I look and I'm kind of like, no way. And I look at the guy. He's got all the Patriots gear on. He goes, I swear.
Of course he does.
And that's what he says. I'm not kidding. My wife and I laugh so hard. He goes, I swear to God, if Belichick was here, this crap would not be happening. He needs to manage this place. And they're talking, and all these people are like, I swear. And that became the conversation, was that if Belichick were managing the Holiday Inn, it would have been better. And I'm just telling you, that's how it's a very intense culture that he's built there, and they just win over and over. And so we're going to get into, we have 16 management principles that he lives by, and I have distilled them in my book called Do Your Job, A Look Under the Hoodie, that will soon be on Amazon. And so we're going to start here with this first one, Z. So if you flip here to page number 1 of the book, this is a big principle, and I would like for you to kind of break it down here for me, okay? Principle number 1, hire character and train skill. Now, Bill Belichick is obsessed with hiring people of good character and training them the skills. Now, I want to ask you, as a business guy, forget the Patriots, why do you believe so strongly in this concept of hiring character and then training skills?
Because I have a saying, and for the most part, this is true, and I live by it. Now, everybody has an example of all of our, kind of our core stuff. I mean, all your core beliefs, you can always find, there is that one time that didn't happen. But I have a core saying, then it goes something like this. It goes, people change seldom.
Oh, it doesn't feel very good. I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach. I love to coach my people.
No, but I want everybody. Now, I want everybody to be better after they've, left the relationship with me in some form, whether it's an employee or a friend or whomever. I mean, I want people to say, you know what, my life is better because I was around Z for, fill in the blank. But the most part, the core issues in a person, the core person that they are, you can knock off some edges, you can knock off some stuff, but people change seldom. I mean, Clay, you went through a huge transformation, but your core was still your core. You were hardworking, you learned what to do. The fact that you dressed kind of like a thug and you had your little hoop earrings and you were kind of a little creepy.
It was super sexy. It was super sexy.
It was kind of a little phase. You went through your little DJ phase.
I was upset with people, and I thought if you looked angry long enough, you would eventually get paid more. That was my plan.
How'd that work out for you?
Didn't work out so well. And Z, I have a notable quotable from Bill Belichick himself. Here we go. This is from the coach. This is from page 3 of this book, okay? Page 3, he says, talent sets the floor, character sets the ceiling.
Absolutely. And so when you talk about hiring for character and then training them, what that really means is you're much better off hiring a pleasant, happy, self-motivated, cheerful person who may not know how to push the buttons, who may not know how to fill in the blank, who may know nothing of your checklist, nothing of your systems that you've developed in your business, but yet you start with really good Play-Doh, and then you can just kind of
Play-Doh
form that into the shape you want. And if they're clever enough, and if they have enough intelligence and they have the will to, then you could teach them the level that you need to teach them in your business.
Now, here's a question I'd like to ask Thomas, because Thomas, you started, how long ago did you start Full Package? How many years or months or days? How long has the business been around?
We started Full Package Media about 6 months ago.
About 6 months ago. And this month, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have over 100 people who've actually called you and hired you to take photos of their real estate. Is that true? Am I making that number up?
At least 100, probably.
At least 100?
Yep.
Okay, so now we were just talking this morning that you're having as much business as you can personally do. I mean, you personally can't fly any more drone flights. Is this right?
That's correct.
You can't take any more photos?
Can't fly, can't manage, can't do it all at the same time, so...
Okay, and recently you hired 2 guys, right?
That's correct.
Walk the Thrivers. There's a lot of people listening. According to Forbes, 57% of the people listening right now want to do what you're doing. They want to start a business.
Yeah, and you just did it 6 months ago. That's why it's so awesome to have you on the show. I mean, you are like a newborn.
He's like a Thriver success story. We're so excited for you.
Like a little toddler.
Well, we appreciate being on, and we started 6 months ago, and originally we thought kind of before Clay got us into this principle of hiring character and teaching skill, and we thought, we need to hire a really good photographer and let them do the shoots, and we found that was not a good solution, and we did group interviews and hired 2 people and fired 1 already.
What happened to the guy who didn't work out already? What happened?
I don't know what happened to him.
I've taken pictures for National Geographic. I'm a big deal in the photography world. People know me. I've had stuff published. So
my office smells of rich mahogany.
I'm not sure you're doing things correctly around here. In fact, I have a lot of input that I could help you with because I'm. I want
to bring this up though. So seriously, of the 2 people you hired, the one who didn't work out, could they just not get there on time? Or what was their issue? Why do you have to move on already?
He was late multiple times and didn't follow the system, didn't take enough photos.
Oh, shocker. Shocker. Now, Z and I are sort of, we're not cynical, we're just real about the thing. If you hire, according to, someone needs to Google this right now. Google this. U.S. Chamber, CBS, employee theft. Again, U.S. Chamber, CBS employee theft. We'll give you time, Thrivers. What percentage of people, what percentage of employees, what percentage of U.S. employees steal from the workplace? Well, I'd love to tell you, but I can't because you're going to have to find out when we come back after the break.
Oh, that's just mean.
But I'll tell you what, if you email us right now, info@thrive15.com, email info@thrive15.com, kind of in a Price is Right kind of thing. The first person who gets the number right or closest without going over, percentage-wise, what percentage of employees steal, we're going to give you some Oklahoma Joe's baked beans. That's what I'm going to do for you, Z.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, I'm Googling right now because I want to be the first one.
Stay tuned for more management mastery tips when we get back to ThriveTimeShow.com.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on your radio. My name is Clay Clark, and I am obsessed with making your wallet grow. Z, what do you think about that? We're basically the Miracle Grow for the wallets of America.
Well, I tell you what, it's wonderful that people now have choices in Tulsa and the Green Country area and Chattanooga.
Yeah.
Soon to be in Illinois and really anywhere in the world, because you can get online and listen to our podcast at thrivetimeshow.com. But people are like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of politics.
I'm so tired of it.
You know, I've listened to Home and Garden.
Can we argue, though, for about an hour and a half about the wall, though? Should they build it? Should they not? Can we go ahead and just take the show way hard right, way hard left, and just argue about the wall for a good hour and a half?
We promised we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't go off on tangents, political tangents.
There's not enough political shows talking about the political issues.
I know you want to talk about cooking. I know you've got some special recipe
shows about that.
but that's not our gig.
Oh, okay.
Our gig is to bring you the world's
best
business show.
Oh.
Because, a lot of you are out there saying, hey, I own a business. What do I do? Where do I go? Because I don't know what I don't know.
Oh, I don't know what I don't know, so my wallet won't grow.
My business is good, but it's not growing the rate I want it to grow. Hey, I feel like I have a job and not a business. Hey, where do I find a mentor? Because I really rather learn by mentorship than mistakes.
Oh.
And that's why a couple 3 years ago when Clay approached me and said, hey, listen, let's scale up business coaching.
Yep.
Let's make this affordable for people. Let's give them the thing that most, and if not all, entrepreneurs are looking for, and that is someone who's been there and done it and wants to share with them. It's easy to see guys in town who say, oh man, that dude or that chickie poo, they got it going on. They've done the darn thing. I sure would like to hang with them.
I want to brag on a thriver. We have a thriver named Colin who came out to one of our recent workshops.
Okay.
And as the listeners might or might not know, the last time we did a Thrive 15 workshop, we did one here at our beautiful office on the left coast of the Arkansas River, and we sold out all the seats. And when you sit here, Z, you're not sitting in like a small chair like you're at some hotel. We have a desk for you. You're sitting at an actual desk. You have a room to write and sprawl out. Well, this guy comes for one of our 2-day workshops, and he goes, you guys are kind of like, I've watched Z's businesses grow. Clay, I've watched your businesses grow. And this was so, he has a landscaping company. He says, this was so great to hear specifically what I needed to do to grow my business.
Yeah.
And, but he came out for the 2-day, 15-hour workshop. And for those of you who couldn't get in, we went ahead and had another one the following week, and kind of an overflow, because we were all booked out.
Okay, yeah.
And so we've announced the new time here for our next workshop. It's going to be February 24th and February 25th, and it's from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. It's February 24th and February 25th from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. And the thing is, again, we basically sell tickets until we're sold out. We have a scholarship program, and so if you can't afford it, if you're going, hey, I'm going through a rough patch, well, guess who can empathize? Z can.
Oh, yeah.
I can. We both grew up without money, but we have a scholarship program, so there's really no excuse to not be here other than just you got to book a ticket. So go to thrivetimeshow.com to learn more. Go to thrivetimeshow.com to learn more. And we get into a lot of stuff. We really drill down deep into management and sales and search engine optimization and into marketing, Z.
And I think one of the most important things is time management. I hear young entrepreneurs over and over and over. I'm asking them,
how do you get everything done? How do you do it?
I'm asking them specific questions, and they're like, well, I would do that, but I don't have time.
How do you get through your emails?
How do I do that? So time management may be the most important of all the things that we teach in those workshops. And why did we do workshops? Because we got asked to do workshops.
Over and over and over. And I tell you what, for me, it is so fun because we have 5 kids, and Vanessa and I used to travel around speaking for Chevron down in Houston. We're going to Maytag University out there in LA. We're traveling. And guess what? I have 5 kids. So it's time away from the kids. It didn't fit my F6 life goals. And so we decided to host them here in Tulsa.
Yeah.
And now people from all over the world are coming in. We had people from Idaho last week, people from Dallas, people from Wichita, people from Toronto. It is awesome. So go to thrivetimeshow.com to learn more.
You're like the Gandhi, and this is the mountain, and people can just come here to the mountain. And there you are sitting Indian leg style. In a robe. Actually, a suit probably. Suit.
Well,
for the purposes of this show right now.
Yeah.
The magic of radio imagination. You climb the mountain. And there, sitting at the top of it, is Clay Clark.
And then all of a sudden you realize, this isn't what I wanted at all. Why did I climb this mountain?
There's no oxygen up here.
Why did I come up here? All right, now.
But then, But then, the best part is, you can ask any question you want.
Anyone.
And you can get your answers.
And there's no upsells, no upselling. We don't upsell you anything. Now, Z, principle number 1 we're talking about from Bill Belichick, his management principles is hire character and train skill. Now, I want to give you a little fun factoid about Bill Belichick, okay? Check it out.
Okay.
So the guy, he lands his first job in the NFL after graduating from Wesleyan University, okay, in 1975. And I know there's inflation, but he took his first job working for the Baltimore Colts for $25 a week.
All right.
So the guy's making like $100 a week, and you're going, well, how do you afford to feed your family with if you adjusted the money for inflation? It'd be like $150 a week right now.
Okay.
How did he afford it? He couldn't, because he's like, I need a job in the NFL. I want to be a coach, and guess what? A lot of other people do too. But they said, They said, here's the deal. We'll pay you $150 a week, and you can be our film guy. Well, he went on and he did this. He coached in the NFL for over a decade before getting his first legit gig.
Well, he did the move we teach about. If you've missed past shows, you can go to thrivetimeshow.com and listen to all the podcasts. In other words, all the back shows. But that's one of the moves on how to become a great employee, and that is, it's the intern move. I mean, that's basically working for nothing. I mean, call it what it is. I mean, $150 a week, it's unsustainable. So you've got to have other stuff going on. You've got to have other means. But that's the move. I mean, he basically said, I'll be an intern for you. Back then it was $25 a week.
Yep.
Where I go in and I'm in the system. I'm on payroll. I'm going to now over deliver.
I would all $25 delivered at the same time.
In small unmarked bills.
Small unmarked bills. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm a film guy. Now we're moving on to the second principle, which is build your success based on repeatable systems and not individual talents. And I want to ask you this, Thomas. How hard is it? How many hours would it take you to teach Z and I how to fly a drone? How many hours do you think?
Probably about 10 hours worth of flying, but we've kind of putting out a list of what needs to be taught and what needs to be gone over, and give them some YouTube videos and things like that to look at and watch before, to kind of build that background, and we've kind of come up with a rough system on
what kind of talents do I have to learn how to fly a drone previous to being trained? What does he have to be a ventriloquist? Does he have to be a mime? What has to happen?
I talk right now.
Really no skills, and a lot of especially the
this is
no
great.
skills.
I'm going to apply. Where's your website? What's your website?
Fullpackagemedia.com. You can apply there.
Hey, bro, I tell you what, can I bring my coffee cup with me, bro?
Sure.
Can I fly a drone while I'm drinking?
Do I have to wear pants? Do I have to wear pants?
Yes, pants.
Do I have
pants
to?
Are mandatory.
Z and I, we share a car because we spend a lot on coffee. Is it okay if you drive me around to each shoot?
No.
We had wedding photographers that would ask us this all the time. In the interview, they would go, bro, I don't have a car. Could you guys drive me to every wedding? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, there's a certain barrier of entry. You need to be high character, dependable, coachable, honest, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the younger generation that plays video games and is able to do two things at once and look up while using something that works.
Bro, I can drink coffee while driving, bro.
Bro, I want to murder my drone out, bro. Just all blacked out, bro.
All right, Thrivers, stay tuned. We come back. ThriveTimeShow.com. Boom.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the conversation about how to make your wallet grow. We are broadcasting here within the Box That Rocks, which is located inside the beautiful Thrive15.com world headquarters, which is located on the Arkansas River, the left coast of the Arkansas River, which is located right here in the center of the universe, which is located on the most incredible country in the world. It's the USA, Z. We are located right here in the heart of America.
America, baby. I tell you what, it's something in the water. It's something in the air around here, because Wall Street Journal puts out that Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we broadcast from, is one of the top-rated places for young entrepreneurs to start a business. So I guess we have no choice. I mean, this is like you could just, this pulsates out from here. It's just like entrepreneurship.
You can't not be an entrepreneur in Tulsa.
You can't. I mean, you can't. It's impossible.
You could lie to yourself.
You could.
You could be saying right now, I don't want to start a business someday.
Man, I don't want to start that coffee shop. I just know I got to, though.
Now, here's the deal, Thrivers. 57% of you want to know how to start or grow a business. And if you're like my main man over here, Thomas, with Full Package Media, if you actually are crazy enough to start that business, what's going to happen is all of a sudden you're going to start to sell much more product or service than you can personally do. Thomas, when did the epiphany occur to you where you said you're looking over there, your incredible co-founder / girlfriend / life coach / teammate, when did you look over at her and go, I can't possibly keep up with all of the sales personally anymore?
I think about a month ago, and we realized that we were getting more new clients, and our existing clients were continuing to book shoots, and it not only was I not able to do all the shoots, but other parts of the business, customer service and sales were kind of lacking, falling behind.
Now, Z, I want to see if you can offer a little bit of coaching and mentorship for Thomas here, okay? So this isn't Thomas. This is someone Thomas knows.
Okay.
This is what the question.
It's a friend of a friend.
Yeah, this isn't Thomas. Other people.
Okay.
So he says, here's the deal. Because the marketing is going so well, what I want to do right now, because I'm overwhelmed, I cannot keep up with it's not a drone company, it's another company, different kind of company, not at all related to a drone company. And I'm very, very, I care about quality, and we have so many new sales that are coming in. I just want to know, is it okay if I turn off all my marketing and I stop doing all my sales? Is that cool? Is that normal? I just turn off marketing and sales for, the foreseeable future as I look for the dream, teammates and people who are previously highly trained in the dark arts of photography, videography, and dronography.
Is this where I slap him? Am I able to?
That didn't feel so good, boss.
Yeah, I would say to you, there's a word that has 2 letters in it that I would use.
Oh, no.
So it starts with an N and it ends with an O.
No, I don't know. What is it?
Well, it's not on. It's got to flip it around.
Oh, so no. So it's no.
No. I tell you what, listen. Sometimes I hear people say this all the time. We're growing too fast.
We're going too fast. I can't keep up with the growth.
We're growing too fast. Got to pump the brakes. Got to shut things down.
Shut it down.
It's unsustainable.
Yep.
I can't do it any
Too crazy.
longer.
Too crazy.
No, folks, what you need to do is you need to hire fast, fire fast, and you need to have your systems written down, categorized, and just like Thomas was saying, and I know this isn't about Thomas.
No, it's not. It's about his He has a good friend who's a complete moron named Barry from Boston.
Billy or Barry? Okay.
Barry.
Starts with a B.
Barry.
Anyway.
Boom.
So what happens then is you've got to hire fast, fire fast, but you have to have a system to where you can bring in even how do you say this? I hope this doesn't come across wrong. But
somebody from Mongolia?
You can bring in even an idiot. Warren Buffett talked about, you only like to buy businesses that even an idiot could run because eventually they will be.
Okay, now I want to ask. Okay. No, Thomas. Thomas is in it though. Thomas is he owns a business. He's growing it. I mean, he's wearing all the hats, doing accounting, sales, marketing, that kind of thing. So, on behalf of your friend Barry, what questions would you like to ask Z? What would Barry want to ask
Barry,
Z?
For Barry.
Not for you, but for Barry.
Yeah.
I would say, how do you find the time to document those systems and develop those systems and really foolproof them when you're doing?
I don't like this question.
Everything else in the business.
Okay, what you do is you take your laptop. You take your intranet, www stuff.
That's the web.
You take your cable company. Take your Netflix account, your Amazon account.
Okay.
And you take them and you shove them down a hole so deep you don't know where you put them.
Oh.
And that frees up about 5 hours of your day because the average person is watching TV about 5 hours a day.
If you Google this, it's crazy how accurate you are. That is very disturbing. The average person is watching TV 5 hours a day, and the average person right now is spending on an average of 3.5 hours of their day being distracted by social media. Back to you.
Also, there's things called weekends, evenings, early mornings, in between lunch times. When you're going to the restroom, you can have a pad and pen handy there too.
Oh, wow.
And what it's called is any spare moment you have, this becomes your priority. In my book, The Business Pig, Chapter 2 talks about being the pig
at breakfast
and not
the chicken.
The chicken. And what does that mean? But that takes us down to the farm.
Yeehaw!
Anytime you start mentioning pigs and chickens and logic, this makes me want to go to Farm Logic. See, here's the deal. The pig, Thomas, for your friend Barry, for your doing whatever business he's doing.
Thank you for asking these questions, by the way, Thomas, on behalf of myself.
Is that when you're committed When you're committed, that means you give your life. And when you give your life, that means everything else becomes a distant second.
That doesn't feel very nice.
Yeah. Because it's for a season. It's not forever.
That's right, for a season.
When I first started working, I worked 7 days a week. Do I work 7 days a week now? No, I don't. No, it's not a forever.
I want to ask you real quick. You did work 7 days a week at one point.
Because that's all they had. I mean...
No,
currently, that's all they have.
I want to get down deep because I don't think the listeners are understanding what we're saying here.
Uh-oh.
You worked 7 days a week for how long, bro?
A year and a half, couple years.
And you did that, and now could it be said there might be days that you don't actually see any patients at all? Is that ever a thing?
Yeah, that's kind of a thing.
So you actually, on a typical day, I mean, how many patients, if you're rocking and it's the craziest, because obviously you guys have record-setting days all the time. What's the most number of patients you can see over there at your optometry clinic right now?
The other day we did, between the two offices, nearly 300 people.
And how many of those did you meet?
I'm embarrassed to say I didn't meet any of them.
Really? You didn't go really fast and just get through all 300?
No, I didn't even answer the phone once.
Or even 150?
I didn't even.
But you built the system that made it happen by focusing for 2 years, working 7 days a week.
Oh my gosh, you may be onto something.
This is terrible. I knew this would happen. Every time that I listen to this show, it ends up being truth.
System and
it's truth. And I'm like, no, I don't want to hear truth. I'd rather hear parables and generalities and
I don't want to delay my
gratification.
gratification.
I don't want to
watch Netflix every night for just hours, binge watch.
Mark Wahlberg has a couple new movies out. I've been trying to watch them all 3 times to memorize the words. It's
and if I were to do that, I wouldn't have time to write down my systems, to get a game plan, to get a template, so that when I get the new guy in and I say, here's how you do the drone, the video, like you said earlier. I mean, I know it's not for you, Thomas. It's for your friend Barry.
Absolutely for me, not for Thomas.
But in theory, you would say, hey, here's the steps you do. Boom, 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 boom. And what I've done is I've taken and shortened the timeline of how to learn to fly one of these drones. Awesome.
Now, I'm going to read you a notable quotable before we head into the break here, sponsored by Oklahoma Joe's and Regent Bank. Here we go. This is Bill Belichick. He says, there's an old saying about the strength of the wolf pack is the pack. He just says, there's an old saying about the strength of the wolf is the pack. And I think there is a lot of truth to that. On a football team, it's not the strength of the individual players, but it is the strength of the unit and how they all function together. And when we come back, we're going to kind of marinate on this concept of how do you actually practically build repeatable systems. He does it every Sunday on the field. They just keep winning with different players all the time. How do they do it?
How, guys? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's a nice sound.
That just feels good.
That makes me feel comfortable. That makes me feel like a man.
My name is Newt Wright. I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm with Farmers Insurance. I heard it through my mentor and coach, Clay Stairs. I've learned so far the different systems to implement in my business, and how systems that are scripted can really be repeatable and learned by anybody. I would describe the overall Thrive workshop as an excellent experience with the knowledge that Clay possesses and the ability to interact during the workshop to where we'll be able to take it back to our business and be able to implement it. It is a different world than anything that you've probably experienced. It's upbeat. It has a different energy that really is contagious, and it's just an experience that has to be witnessed. Clay's teaching style is one of humor and knowledge. He really likes to state the facts and where he obtains those facts, and he gives examples throughout of where it has worked in different businesses and how he's implemented them, and they've become tried and true. The interaction level is just, you're able to you're very engaged with him. He brings you into the teachings, and it's where it's almost like you're the only one there that he's teaching. You're missing the systems. It's ideas that aren't new, but it's ways to to implement them into your business. He just puts it in a way that you feel like you can be confident coming out of here and knowing that you're going to be able to accomplish whatever you'd like to accomplish in your business. Clay doesn't try to upsell anything. He's you can, by the end of it, you believe that he is really just trying to help you grow your business. You feel like he is part of your business because that's his main goal, is to help you out, and that's kind of how you what you take away from this workshop is someone that is really trying to make your goals a reality. I would recommend it because it's just a unique experience and one that you really feel like you're going to gain something out of it. It's going to help you reach your goals.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the conversation. It's the Thrive Time Show on your radio, sponsored by Oklahoma Joe's and Dr. Z. Before we get into the management mastery tips from Bill Belichick from my newest book called A Look Under the Hoodie. It's called Do Your Job, A Look Under the Hoodie, where we examine Bill Belichick's management systems. Who's Bill Belichick? He's the head coach of the New England Patriots. Why do we care? Well, the Super Bowl is coming up this week, but the main thing I want you to look at is look at the roster of the Patriots and notice how they keep winning year after year with a bunch of randos. They've got a guy right now who's the Buffalo Bills didn't want him, and now he's like their star receiver. Or they get a guy like Wes Welker back in the day from Oklahoma. No NFL team even wants him, and then he becomes a star. And when people leave the Patriots, they become an unstar. And so he has this system that works, and what he does is he basically has created his success based upon repeatable systems and not individual players. And so we have Thomas on the show. Thomas is an entrepreneur based in Dallas, Texas. He's the founder of Full Package Media. They do photography and videography for real estate projects, people trying to sell homes. And he's selling so well. The service is so good. The people love the product. That word of mouth is starting to happen. It's becoming kind of an avalanche. And now he's going, oh my gosh, we're growing fast. And by the way, it's the winter. It's not yet spring. And in real estate, if you keep doing this, you could be like you will be for sure 4 times larger than you are now in the spring. So he's about ready to get hit by the avalanche of sales success. So I'm going to tee it up for you, Thomas, here. What questions do you have for Z about the specific steps you must take to build repeatable business systems?
So we hired like we said, our first 2 people. We fired one, and that's the only other person that works for us right now. And what would you say is our next best hire?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about it is, how did you go about finding those 2 people? Now, I may ask you a few questions here. How did you go about finding them? What'd you do?
Posted on Craigslist, and then we did a group interview. I think we invited about 80 people to those group interviews.
Wow, how many people showed up?
About 40. And then about 40 or 20, half were late and half were not dressed, and half were weird, and then
half showed up naked, half showed up late, half showed up. Hey man, I mean, so where did you advertise to get those 80 to come in? Was that Craigslist again?
Craigslist, yep.
Okay.
So, and we're doing another one tomorrow with I think 80.
Another 80 people.
And Travers want to know, they said, hey, what percentage of U.S. employees do steal? And this just in from the U.S. Chamber, it's 75%.
Well, I'm going to equip you. Do you want to know a question to ask that is a very fun question? Because here's the thing about employees that you want. You want givers and not takers.
Here we go.
You know what that means, Thomas?
They give and they don't take.
Oh my gosh! He shoots and he scores.
Holy cow!
Holy cow! Well, what happens is this: if you have a giver, they're a person that helps the people underneath them, that gives time and energy to the project, that is looking for what's best for the team, you know. And a taker on the flip side is a person that's all about themselves. They take. They want to climb the ladder. They want to suck up to the people ahead of them, and all they're thinking about is just trying to get ahead and not what's best for the business. So, what's best for the business? What's best for your business is givers. And I have a foolproof number one question to ask them in this group interview that you can ask them that will help you determine how they respond to it, how to determine whether they're a giver or a taker. Would you like to know that, Thomas?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Okay, we're ready. We're ready, Z.
Oh, yeah.
We're ready. We're ready.
I got some hot sauce here.
Okay.
I just wish I was closer to break so I could tease you, but I'm so far away I can't tease you. I got to tell you now. So pull over, get your pen and paper out, because this means a lot. Listen, if you can't write this question down, what you need to do is circle back around to thrivetimeshow.com, fast forward to this area and write down this question, because if you're ever in an interview, management, or ownership position, this is a very important question to ask them as you're seated across from them at the desk, or you're seated next to them in a chair because you want to feel more like they're equal and not an intimidating boss.
What is the question?
You can look at them and ask them this question.
What is it?
And you can say, would you please tell me the last 4 people that you have substantially helped in their career?
Whoa.
Oh, hey, what just happened? So the taker will typically tell you, name drop 4 people that you probably know about that are maybe even a big deal, but they're definitely above them. And they were basically, shortcut is they were sucking up to those people. They didn't really help them in their career, but they're going to tell you 4 people that are kind of name dropping and kind of a big deal.
I work closely with Barry Bonds.
And Bill Belichick.
And Bill Belichick.
He got the hoodie idea, from me.
Basically, I always wore a hoodie when I was serving the pretzels at the games, and I looked at him one time and I knew he stole my idea.
It's kind of like Larry Culpepper, those commercials. I came up with that.
That's my idea. Boom.
Now, the giver will answer it differently. The giver will tell you 4 people that you probably never heard of, that they're either at their level or below them in their careers. And they will give you the stories about how they helped them either behind the scenes or helped them publicly to help further their career.
Oh, man.
So a big differentiator there. And that's a way you can tell the givers from the takers, because ultimately you want a team of givers is what you want. Because if everybody's just trying to take, that doesn't help the team move down the field.
So Thomas, do you feel like you have some clarity there? Or what other questions do you have for the Zolhan about this?
Yeah, that provides a lot of clarity. And I guess, like, what position do you think is better to hire someone that's more like a salesperson or a admin role, or what role is most important?
Yes, and yes. And what happens is when you're first starting off, what'll happen is this is kind of like, I'm just opening my business. Do I need a mop more, or do I need a light bulb more? Well, is the light on? Yes. Is there water on the floor? Yes. Well, then you better get a mop because you don't want to slip and fall. So the thing about it is you're going to get all those positions. So a lot of times what you do is you find someone that has that skill set and they've got great character, and you're like, I want you on my team. Hey, before you're going to be full-time admin, I need you to learn how to fly a drone. And then we're going to work you into, as I get more drone flyers, you can work more into the admin side of it, because that's really your super skill sets. But today, I like you. I want you on my team. You've got a great character. You're a giver. You're a good person. I want to hang. Another rule of thumb is, do you want to hang out with this person when it's all said and done?
Preach that, please. I mean, seriously, that's the thing where I see it all the time. Business owners are hiring people they don't like, and they feel bad about wanting to fire people that they don't like. Z, please explain this principle to us.
You see in life?
Go ahead.
Life is short.
What? Go ahead.
And as you go through life,
what?
You have some choices to make.
Choices to make.
Mm-hmm. You see, your free time.
Preach it.
Your spare time.
I said preach it.
It's your time.
You need to preach it, because I'm getting irritated. You ain't preaching enough.
And if you got someone you're paying for their time.
Okay.
And you don't want to hang out with them anytime.
Oh, yeah.
Then they should probably walk on down the line.
Walk on down the line? Are you talking about firing somebody? That's crazy.
Come on.
Ow! I'm getting getting sweaty. I am getting sweaty. Well,
the thing about it is Jack Welch teaches it. He's one of my, he's a dude that if someone said, hey, you could hang out with the dude for an afternoon, that'd be one of the dudes I'd want to hang out with, right? Great guy, built a tremendous company and just a knowledge of wealth.
Former CEO of GE who grew the company by 4,000%, Z, for those people
you can
who are not
Google
familiar.
him. I've got his book right here in front of me, Winning. He's just a great guy, great mentor. And he in his book, he always says, hey, listen, one of the things that I wanted to make sure that it was a guy that I wanted, or a person that I wanted to go hang out with in my spare time. If I didn't want to go, he said have a drink with, but hang out with, break bread, have a drink, whatever.
I have a drink with everybody. I love to drink with. I'll drink right now.
It could be a Coca-Cola drink of your choice, but if he said, listen, if it was somebody I didn't want to do that, then what am I doing having them on my team? I don't want them on my team.
Now, Z, you kind of alluded to it, but I'm going to move into Bill Belichick's third principle from my book, Do Your Job, A Look Under the Hoodie. Learn how to manage your business, or to become, basically learn how to manage your business like the NFL's top coach. This is what he says. He says, this is principle number 3. Do the right thing for the team. Now, I'm going to give you a notable quote from Bill Belichick. I want to have you unpack it, Z. Here, he says, mental toughness is doing the right thing for the team when it's not the best thing for you. And so here's an example of the Patriots doing this. Bill Belichick routinely switches players to a position that's convenient and appropriate and efficient for the team. As an example, their top receiver right now, Julian Edelman, their top receiver, played quarterback in college. He drafts him and says, henceforth, you will be a receiver. You will not be a quarterback, because that's the best use of your skills. And imagine your whole career, you've been a quarterback, and now you're a receiver, Z.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know who that reminds me of, don't you?
Who's that?
Sean Copeland down at Region Bank.
Oh, yeah.
What makes them such a great bank is they take what's your business and they literally will do what's best for your business and not what's best for the bank. And that's exactly what Belichick is doing right there. He's saying, hey, listen, we get you in, we get to know you, we see what your needs are. And at Region Bank, they are a serious business bank. They're my bank, and they should be your bank if you're in business. And so Sean Copeland he's kind of like a Belichick. In fact, we should get him a hoodie. Yeah. He can walk around the bank with like his arms cut off.
Oh, that's legit.
He wouldn't scowl though. He's such a nice guy.
He's a great guy.
I can't get him to scowl.
He's kind of like Tulsa's Joel Osteen.
He's
a great guy
as a banker.
Yeah. Now, Thrivers, we come back, we're going to get more into this concept of hiring people who understand the concept of doing what's best for the team.
Broadcasting from the center of the universe, featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, and U.S. SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark. This is the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, Green Country, Oklahomies, people in Nashville, people all over the world big special shout out to all of our listeners in Australia. We have many listeners in Australia right now, my friend.
I would say, and I don't do an Australian accent very well.
I don't either.
Put a shrimp on the Barbie for us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I want to get to a thing where I could say, I don't really know how the whole Australian accent is a beautiful thing. I like it. I struggle with it. I'll have to work on it over the break.
I know mine, I think, sounds more Scottish, I think, than
Crocodile Dundee. I mean, that's pretty weak. Anyway, I'll come back to it. So anyway, for all the kangaroos out there, we're so excited to help you jump into this new year with success. And many people have been asking, so I'm going to tell you the details here. If you want to attend an in-person workshop and you were unable to get into the last one because we were sold out, my apologies, our apologies, we're expanding.
So sorry.
And so February 24th and February 25th will be the next one.
Yes.
And for those of you who are listening who are like, they're going to try to ambush you with upsells, go ahead and get out your Google machine here, your smartphone, your iPad, and type in Thrive 15 conferences. Thrive 15 conferences. Just do a Google search, and you can find about 125 reviews now. They're in video form. You can read reviews. More reviews are coming in all the time. And the thing is, people are just sharing what their experience was. And so I'm telling you what, we're all about helping you. That's why it's 2 days and it's 15 hours, because it's not even logical to think that we're going to be able to teach teach you the specifics of how to build a linear workflow or to do your accounting or how to optimize your website in an hour or a 2-hour pump up talk where we talk about the pumping you up and getting all motivated. Eventually, we have to get into the details, and that's why it's 15 hours, Z.
Right. You get templates, you get hands-on training. And why are we doing this?
Why?
Because we just maniacal want to dominate the business world? No, we're doing this because you asked for it, Thrivers. You know, we started with our online business school without the BS, and that's Thrive15.com. We started that about 2.5 years ago now. And everybody was like, "Oh, this is awesome! We love the videos. We love the bite-sized videos. We loved we can search by topic.
I love the videos. They pump me up. They get me going. I'm so excited about them. I want to workshop. I want to get here and meet you, and I want to snuggle you. And,
I want to touch you.
It just got kind of weird, but okay.
One time. So then you said, "Hey, listen, the videos are great, but are you guys? Is this real?
Is this real? Are you guys mystics?
Did you guys just sneak in and film David Robinson and Lee Cockrell and all these cool mentors around the country,
right?
Just behind their back, and then you're just a big in a closet somewhere. You have just a
Is this
PO
a
box.
rouge? Is this a rouge?
Just a PO box and a dude that lives in a van down by the river.
Oh man!
And it's just all some big hocus pocus magic, shell game. No. So we have our headquarters here in Tulsa on the left side of the Arkansas River, and now we're inviting them to come, and you, the Thrivers, to come into our 2-day workshop where we teach our 13 core principles. You get the boom book.
Boom book.
Wait, here's my boom book. You get the boom book, which highlights them all. We've got all kinds of great stuff for you. And guess what? No upselling. And we have scholarships if you say, you know what, money's a little tight this month, but I think my business could really use a little shot in the arm. I could use...
Big thank you to Yuzi. I want to share this with you real quick. We had a Thriver who was here who had some medical issues and spoke to her, and she was able to attend our workshop for $25. And I was talking to her, and she said, you have no idea the impact that made. And you know what? We're happy to do it. That's why we do it. This is the whole thing. So there's no upsell. There's smoke and mirrors.
That's our heart. I mean, for our business school, we charge $19. And then we even have a scholarship program on that too. I mean, come on, it's really nothing, okay? And so the other thing is that with the scholarship program, you can come in and get 2 days of intensive workshop, leave here with just all kinds of great things to go out and help your business. You might say, well, listen, I don't have a business yet, but we know you're thinking about starting one.
Yeah. According to Forbes, 57% of you out there want to start or grow a business. And so today, what we're doing is we're answering a question that many of you are asking all the time. You're emailing info@thrive15.com and wanting to know, how do you manage your business? How do you manage people? How do you manage the business as it begins to grow? And so we're talking from my newest book called Do Your Job, A Look Under the Hoodie. And we're teaching you Bill Belichick's management systems. He's the head coach of the New England Patriots, who will be playing in this Sunday's Super Bowl. And we're moving on to principle number 3, which is do the right thing for the team. And so, Z, I want to give you an example of what happens when you don't hire people or you don't create a culture where this is normal, where people do the right thing for the team. I built the DJ business back in the day. It's called DJconnection.com, and we specialized in working with brides and grooms. Well, Z, imagine the house of cards that I built here. This is what happened. The DJs would call.
Hold on, wait a second. You know what? This sounds like it's...
Oh, yeah. So
story time.
So here's the deal. On a Saturday of the day of the weddings, the DJs would call and go, hey, bro, I know my loadout time's at 12, and I know I'm supposed to do the wedding at the Golf Club of Oklahoma, but could I do a different one? Because I want to do one that starts at noon because my schedule's really busy this weekend, and I just want to make sure I get home early. So I go, sure, I'll make it happen.
Okay.
And then another guy calls and goes, bro, I don't want to do the show on Sunday because I have a date with my wife planned. I forgot to put it on the calendar. Could you fill in for me? And I say, sure. And then someone else calls on a Friday and goes, hey, is there any way that I can keep my equipment over the weekend in my van and not bring it back? Because I'm going to be back for my show late. And I say, sure. And this really happened in one weekend. I remember this vividly because I realized I am a moron. Because I'd hired people that didn't want to do what was right for the team, and I wasn't holding people accountable to doing what's right for the team. And this is what happened. One of our DJs, he parked his van outside of his apartment complex, and the vehicle got broken into, and all of our equipment got stolen out of that van on the night that I let him keep the gear at his house because it was best for him.
Absolutely. And you know what? You know how long you put up with that?
I put up with it. Well, I did it for about 5 years, Z. And what happened is that then I switched that wedding because the DJ said, "Listen, I really want to be home with my wife, and is there any way someone could do my show for me and I could switch it out?" And I did it. And then the bride wrote a horrible review and said that I baited and switched her DJ that she planned on.
Yeah.
And then the other DJ screwed up the event because he didn't have the music knowledge he needed for that kind of event.
Yeah.
Long story short, I had 2 bad weddings and all my equipment stolen out of a van. And I realized that is it, Z. And you know what? I put up with it for way too long, my man.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. You're listening to The Thrive Time Show.
So,
Well, oftentimes young entrepreneurs ask me, hey, how long should I put up with this stuff going wrong? And I listen to them. I go, I'm a DJ switching around, and I got stuff stolen.
Yeah.
I'm just bending on all these policies. I'm bending because I want to be the nice guy. I want to be the cool boss. I want to be I want everybody to like me. I'm just bending, and these guys are taking advantage of me. And I just sit there and listen and go, yeah, yeah, okay,
Yep.
yeah,
All right.
oh, really? Oh, wow, that's bad. Well, okay, yeah. And then I look at them when they're done and they're finished, just like you just did right there, and they say, well, what's the answer? And I go, well, here's the deal. You will put up with that as long as you want to put up with that. So until you're whammies, is that the whammy sound?
yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing where you go, that wasn't the answer I wanted.
I know, but you know what? Hey, it's your business.
Yep.
It's your life.
Yep.
It's your backyard in the sense that I used this analogy the other day. It's your water hose, and you can either walk over to those flowers on a hot summer day and water them.
You could do that.
Oh, look, my flowers are thriving and growing. Or you could take that same water hose, go over the corner where there's some crabgrass and some ugly weeds. And just like,
crabgrass. I should water that.
They deserve water too.
I love crabgrass.
I mean, it's the world.
My
I mean,
employees are calling with random complaints and questions. They don't like the dress code. I should change that.
I'm gonna
They all want to do different shows. I should let them
They're
sweat.
plants too. They're plants too.
They don't want to come to work on time. I can understand it.
Look, my dandelions are doing so well.
They don't like the handbook. I should change it.
It's so nice.
They don't like the pay scale. I
It's
should change it.
it's your choice. You can have a backyard full of beautiful flowers that you choose and plant and put them where you want them and fertilize and grow them, or you can have just haphazard weeds that blow in your backyard from haphazard other weeds, then you water them and grow them and look at them and go, wow, my backyard doesn't look good, but it's my backyard.
Now, we have a real thriver in person. This is the founder of Full Package Media, a guy who actually started his company about 6 months ago and whose business is now taken off. It's growing by leaps and bounds. Thomas, is it kind of scary how fast you're starting to grow now?
It is, yeah. We were talking about that this morning, that we're kind of excited, of course, but nervous about how we're going to be able to handle it all. For
people who are listening who don't know what it's like to A, start a business, and to B, grow it this fast, can you kind of describe what that feeling is like?
It's kind of been a whirlwind, and had to cut a lot of things out of my life and focus on the business and make some people mad along the way, but okay with that. But it's been a journey, and a good one at that.
Well, the analogy that I could give you, Thomas, and that hopefully will help you ease your mind a little bit.
All right, here we go.
Is that you're in a really nice sports car. Okay. And you are on the open road. You're in that section that you see about on the movies, where between nowhere and nowhere, just a big flat road, and it's just like nobody out there. And you've got your fuzz buster, because of course we always want to follow all traffic laws at all times. But you've got your fuzz buster, i.e. your radar detector.
I don't even know what that is.
and you're out there, and you just hit that gas. And that's what you're doing right now in your business. You're hitting that gas. And you're at 30, 40, shift gears, 50, 60. You're getting a little nervous. 70. It's a nice sports car. So it's not shaking like, if it was, not a nice sports car.
I can't handle it. I'm going too fast.
You're going 80.
Where's the brakes?
90.
Mabel.
And now you get a little scared. I mean, you're like, oh my gosh, because if I'd like to jerk the wheel, I'd be up in the ditch dead. Now you're 100. And then all of a sudden you go,
oh, Mabel, we're going too fast. We're going too fast.
And then you back up. Oh. And then you back up a little bit to 70, 60, and 50. 60. You're thinking, man, I'm just crawling.
That was no big deal.
I'm not even moving.
I went 110. I went 110 right there.
Then you ease back up to 100 and you go, yeah, this feels good.
If I could
this
see,
feels good.
If I could see the road, it wouldn't feel so dangerous. Z, what's that special you have on those glasses? Yeah, would you recommend using bifocals to drive at 100? What kind of goggles would you recommend, Z?
Should I have my reading glasses on or my distant glasses? I don't know.
Do you sell racing goggles? Z, do you still sell the racing goggles there at Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates?
Those are for the sidecar and the motorcycle. But no, my point is, Thomas, is that when you're first going up to that high speed, and just like your business is going up to a higher speed, it's nervous and gets a little whatever. But I will tell you this, that once you've driven that speed for a little while, you calm down and it feels natural and normal. And in fact, when you slow down to what we'll call the speed limit, you will say to yourself, "Oh, that seems like it seems like I'm crawling. I'm not even moving.
Right.
Is the car moving? Is it going? Am I going anywhere? Am I ever going to get there?"
Right. Z, what this reminds me of is, back in the day when roller skating was a thing.
Back in the day,
remember that when roller skating was a big viable move.
Oh yeah.
With roller skating, what would happen is there was that wall. There was always that wall.
Oh yeah.
And if you didn't know what you were doing, if you couldn't go fast, they had speed skating. So some DJ would hop on the mic with some kind of bleached blonde hair, and he'd be like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We're gonna do the dice game. We're gonna do the dice game."
Oh yeah. Come on, here we go.
And if you can't skate fast, you go, "Oh no, oh no!"
Head to the outer wall.
And you get onto the outside of that wall because you know if you can hold onto that carpeted wall, you'll be safe. But in the middle, that's where the experienced skaters are.
Yeah. The guys with their own skates, I always had the rented ones.
Oh yeah.
And they always had like a wheel that was always kind of off a little bit.
You're in the rented ones. You're hanging on to the outside, but the guy owns his own skates.
Oh yeah, he's working it.
Yeah, he's got those neon laces.
Yeah,
and that jean jacket.
And I'm looking at him going, "Oh, one of these days."
And then they go, "Attention, skaters! We're now going to be doing reverse skate. And you're going, "Holy crap! People can skate backwards."
No.
And he's going faster backwards. You can go forward.
Oh yeah,
that's what that's like.
Oh, totally.
So
that's exactly what that's like.
So I'm just telling you right now, Thrivers, if you haven't been roller skating, you need to go over to Oklahoma Joe's and get your skates on there. Skate on into Oklahoma Joe's. Check it out. I mean, it's the world's best baked beans.
It is. If you're in Broken Arrow, it's over there by the Bass Pro Shop. You can't miss it. If you're in South Tulsa, 61st and Sheridan. If you're downtown for lunch, next to the iconic Cane's Ballroom. So get on in. My move is burnt ends and baked beans. You know what? You're going to thank me, so I'm just going to preemptively say, you're welcome.
I'm going to tell you what, if you're on a diet, you still want to try it. You might want to just kind of starve yourself 6 days a week and then go over there on the 7th.
That's a good call.
That's medically speaking, as a doctor, could you endorse that strategy?
I think it's a very healthy diet, as a matter of fact. So,
all right, now, Travers, when we come back, we're going to teach you Bill Belichick's fourth principle for managing. His fourth principle for managing a team to win. Why would you want to learn management from Bill Belichick? Because he wins, and you want to win in your business too. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to Super Bowl week on the Thrive Time Show. This is not a sports show, but yet we are aware of current events. We are aware of current events, and I'm telling you what, I'm having a Trump-tastic week. Oh, I slipped that in. I'm sorry. I'm having a Trump-tastic week so far. The Super Bowl Sunday is quickly approaching, and so today we're talking about these management principles that Bill Belichick has used to help create a consistently successful team there with the New England Patriots. So we're talking about his management principles that I've actually distilled into my newest book called Do Your Job, A Look Under the Hoodie, where you can learn the 16 management secrets of Bill Belichick. Now this fourth move, Z, this is the one that you do the best.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to have some fun with this principle, okay?
Okay.
So the fourth principle is don't allow yourself or your team to be distracted. Now I'm going to go into the notable quotable vault. This is what Mr. Bill Belichick says about being distracted. He says this. During an interview, he actually said this. They're asking him about how would you respond to the Pittsburgh Steelers, their Facebook Live post where they were saying bad things about your team. What feedback do you have? What would you say? What are you telling your team? How do you keep your team from being distracted with social media? This is his quote. He says, "I don't Twitter. I don't MyFace. I don't yearbook." Bill Belichick. So, again, this is a man who does not allow himself to be distracted, but here's what I see in businesses everywhere, okay? You're a business owner, you're focused, you're wanting to have some success, and there's somebody who's on your social media sending you negative messages, and they're distracting you. So you're trying to read, and this is what's happening in your brain. And it's kind of a deal where it's like, somebody keeps interrupting you with loud music, and you're trying to read, and they're playing Born in the USA by Springsteen or something, and you're just trying to focus, but they keep just jamming the music, and how do you shut it off? How do you avoid those distractions?
Sometimes it's not the loud sound. Sometimes it can be just like a little whisper.
Ooh, kind of a
little
romantic
distraction.
Yeah, look at that.
It could be something that's trying to just pull you in.
I've never noticed.
Take your mind off what you
Oh, she's beautiful.
supposed to do. Oh my, what's that?
That's my wife.
Is that a squirrel over there?
Oh, that's a squirrel.
I think that's a squirrel.
That squirrel reminds me of my wife, which reminds me of Facebook. I should write that on Facebook.
Oh wait, my phone just buzzed.
Oh,
Maybe I'll slip it out and because someone's whispering.
I can't believe I forgot to put that on Facebook. I'm gonna go put that on Facebook right now. It's
Well,
so
you know,
nice.
I haven't Snapchatted all morning, so
Oh, I
it's,
want to Snapchat with my granddaughter. Whoa.
it's probably time.
Oh.
The thing about it is that this world, everybody, and most of the businesses out there are trying to occupy the space between your two ears. What does that mean? I mean, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Here's what that means is everybody wants your thinking moments. Everybody wants your brain power. Everybody's trying to, I know this is probably a strong word, manipulate you in some way to buy something, to like something, every
DJ wants you to listen to Rob Bass right now. Every DJ in the world wants you to listen to Rob Bass. Every DJ right now, they want you to hear this song all the time.
Oh, they got the lumberjack movie.
You're in there trying to do your paperwork, and I used to be a DJ, and I want you to hear this song all the time. Because for me, as a former DJ, it's always a party. Always a party.
Always a party.
Always a party. Oklahoma Joe's, we're having a big party. And you're trying to focus.
Yeah, I'm at Region Bank. I'm filling out a loan document. I'm trying to focus. No, but the point is that distractions happen, and then the worst thing that can happen is that your distraction you bring into the group, and then it becomes a group's distraction.
Oh, we're having a dance party. There's 4 of us. There's Karen from accounting, Carl in the sales department. We're all getting down. Z, why aren't you getting down, buddy? Why aren't you getting down? We're just trying to get down.
Because I'm trying to get some work done.
What?
I'm trying to focus.
Do you want us to turn this off, or can we just keep jamming? Because I'm feeling like a petting zoo, my friend.
If you ask my children, I have 3 lovely, beautiful, well-adjusted, awesome kids. Bridget, Blake, and Bo. If you're listening, hi guys, I love you very much. But if you ask them, one of the core things, the thing that I pounded in, well, I didn't pound, but things I put in their head.
He basically hit his children repeatedly, and he's just disclosing it for the first time on the air.
VHS is on their way. I tell
the
you
lead
what.
pipe marks have now finally healed. You use
we
the lead
have him
pipe.
on record. He found. He
Thank
did
you for
instruct his
confessing on the
children.
show.
No, I would encourage them with verbally, and one of my number one core things was work first, then play.
Which is great because I always have this song queued up and ready to go. Oh yeah.
But the thing about it is this: is that all work and no play isn't healthy. All play and no work leads to shutting down your business. So there is a nice balance in there. But trust me, if you always put work first, let's get her done.
Get her done.
What's our objects? What's our checklist? What's the things we need to get done today? And guess what? If we have time left over, then we will play. Then we'll start the DJ party. Then we'll get the disco ball going. Then we'll break out the skates and we'll do the what you call it, reverse skate.
Reverse skate, baby.
Reverse skate.
You got reverse skate. You got the
Couple
dice
skate.
game. You got the whole thing. Couple skate was always hot too. Couple skate was always kind of a deal where they'd cue up a song that was kind of like it's a song that had kind of a certain romance to it, but it's kind of an oldie but a goodie, like Prince, I Want to Be Your Lover.
Oh yeah, and then you'd look across the thing at that girl that you've been looking at all night, like you'd think, man, I wish I had the nerve to. Okay, it may not. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna. Oh crap! Billy just started to skate. Oh man!
What you do? The move you would do back in the day is you would want to skate by Billy. So Billy's out there skating. You know, what you would do is you'd pass hard with that left shoulder. You knock over Billy. Next thing you know, Billy's falling down, and she says, "Are you okay, Billy?" And Billy goes, "Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'll be okay. Just skate on without me." And you're like, "Oh yeah, skate on without him, with me."
Absolutely. That's the problem is that I'd go out there to knock, to hit Billy, and then the DJ would get on and goes, "Excuse me, sir, this is a couples only skate. I need you to. You are a single. You need to remove yourself from."
It always ended somehow with you skating alone with Billy. That's how it always ended. It always somehow ended that way. All right, now I'm going to give you another Bill Belichick quote about distractions, because people always say, "Why does he always wear the same freaking hoodie? Why does he always wear this beat up, nasty hoodie?" And the thing about Bill Belichick is he hates distractions. So he says he basically buys a hoodie, a hooded sweatshirt, and the team gives it to him, and he says, "I'll just keep wearing that until it no longer works." So here is his notable quotable. He says, I have short arms, so most of the time the sweatshirts that I have would come all the way down past my fingers. So I cut them off or have a little more, so I have a little more comfort. It's all that's there to do. Or he says, it's all there is to it. That's why he wears those hoodies over and over.
Yeah, because no distraction. Kind of like you've gone to the hoodie move now.
I'm going to the hoodie move. Yeah, I'm going with a large variety of Thrive15.com honey badger theme wear. That's the thing. Because to be an entrepreneur, Z, you have to be a honey badger.
Now, is it just coincidence? I mean, I've got to ask.
Sure, ask.
If you're looking on Facebook Live right now, you'll be able to see what I'm getting ready to ask him. If you'll zoom in,
you're going to see
Sam, the lumberjack producer.
You're going to see some eye candy. I'll tell you what.
A honey badger is kind of our mascot for the Thrive network of stuff we've got going on, because the honey badger is tenacious and gets stuff done, and they don't put up with any boop.
Yep.
Is it a coincidence that the honey badger that's on your sweatshirt right now is in the shape of like the Patriots logo?
No, it's designed to be very, very similar. And what I'm doing is I'm working on the color scheme. Well, it's to be red, white, and blue, and it all fit in there. So it's a patriotization of the office, because we have a theme in the office. I'm always telling people, do your job. That's the whole thing.
Do your job.
We've already built the systems. We know what works around here.
Yeah.
I mean, we know what needs to happen over at your optometry clinic. We know what needs to happen in my haircut business.
Yes.
We know what needs to happen in all the different companies.
Yes.
Now we just got to find people to do their job. And that's why Bill Belichick has his fifth principle, which is this: have a bias for results, Z. A bias not for potential, but for results.
You've got, I tell you what you inspect is what you're going to expect. You got to inspect it. You got to have your numbers you hit. You got to have your game plan.
You got to follow up with people and assume they might not have done their job?
Oh, I hate, you know what? Billy.
Thrivers, stay till we come back. Learn about doing your job.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the entrepreneurial conversation. According to Forbes, 57% of you want to start or grow a successful business, and that is why on February 24th and 25th, we are hosting another Thrive 15 Wicca Workshop. Again, it's the Thrive 15 two-day Wicca Workshop. When is it? It's going to be February 24th and 25th. How can I learn more about it? It's at Thrive Time Show. What will I learn? Everything you need to know. How long is it? It's 15 hours of power on 2 days from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. How much is it? It's affordable, Z, because we have a scholarship program for everybody.
Yeah, but you look at the price of it, you say, I can't afford that. I'm having a tough month. I'm having a tough time. My wife just went to the hospital, and then we had some medical bills we didn't know about, and there's a lot of reasons. Hey, we all every now and then need a little help. Every now and then we all need a little help. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with admitting it. We don't publicize it. We don't. Okay, row two's the third person to the left. They're on here on scholarship. Well, no, we don't do that. So we're here to help. That's because that's our heart. That's what we want to do. Because there's a number we are going to stamp out.
Well, according to Forbes, this is a very, very bad number. It's a fact from Forbes.
Here's the thing. I got a 97% guarantee on this. If you come to our workshops and you do the stuff we tell you to do, you will not be one of the casualties of this number. And that is, according to Forbes, and some people even call it higher than this, but according to Forbes, 8 out of 10 businesses that start fail. 80% failure rate.
And we have a guy inside the box that rocks right now who's a real deal in-person thriver from Dallas, Texas. He is a guy who started a business 6 months ago. And Thomas, how would you describe the growth of full package media at this point?
Kind of slow in the beginning, and now it's taken off kind of faster than we know what to do with it. So.
What do you do? Do you guys sell bagels and wash dogs? I mean, what do you guys do at Full Package Media?
Fullpackagemedia.com. We do real estate photography, drone videos, property websites for your listing, kind of your one-stop shop for everything that you need to market a listing as a realtor, and then also do some commercial photography.
Now, Z, one of the comments you made just a moment ago was you're talking about how everyone needs a little bit of help. And I think we all get by with a little help from your Thrive friends. So if you're a business owner and you go, I'm trying to get by, I'm just trying to make it, you can get by with a little help from your Thrive friends. I mean, it reminds me of the Oklahoma Joe's completely original tune I've been working on.
Yeah.
I've been writing a Oklahoma Joe's
jingle?
Kind of a jingle.
Yeah, okay.
Completely original tune. If it feels familiar, that's because it's so good.
Oh, familiarity sometimes does that.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Does that sound familiar at all?
No, but I like. I mean, it sounds good. It's pleasing to my ears.
That's how I'm starting it off. I'm not really sure where the rest of the song is going to go.
I would something about getting. I hope it's. I hope you
by
leave something.
with a little help from my beans.
A little
I want to
meat
get by
candy.
with a little help from my beans.
Little meat candy
All
in
I
there,
need
too.
is that's where I'm working right now, and I'm not really sure where that original tune came from, but all I know is it's going to end up being a great song.
I've got a super good feeling that it's going to. And that's the thing about it, Thrivers out there. This is our heart. We brought you the online business school without the BS. We then brought you in-person workshops. Now we're bringing you this radio show. Thank you, Scripps Media. We appreciate that very much. And now the radio show is also being turned into the podcast that you can go to thrivetimeshow.com and listen to. And guess what? If that's not enough for you, there's more. Now we have one-on-one business coaching. How are we doing that? Well, we're training up young business coaches. I say young, when they could be any age, actually.
Actually, many of them are old right now. We're trying to get some young ones, but all the guys who keep signing up to be coaches on our team, they're all these successful entrepreneurs who've already kind of been there and done it, and they all happen to be 40, which is frustrating because we're trying to find like some 18-year-old whippersnappers who really know their way around the business game. But right now, we keep running into these veteran entrepreneurs who are becoming coaches.
Yeah, and that's awesome because they have a flavor about them that that they've actually been there and they've done it, and that's good. That's healthy and that's good. But we've built a system, and now we're doing what we're teaching you to do. We are actually expanding our business coaching platforms to fill the needs for what you want. And that's what a good business does. That's what we teach you how to do. So get out your calendar right now. If you're driving the car, pull over, write it on your arm. If you don't have a piece of paper, get out
Mabel,
a pen.
where's my paper? Where's my paper? Where's my pen?
Get a Sharpie, and I need you to write down February. That's FEB. You can just
hold the wheel, Mabel. Hold the wheel.
I'm writing, Mabel.
Hold it.
24th and 25th. That is a Friday and Saturday. Where is it? It's here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, at our Thrive 15 headquarters, which is on the Riverwalk, which is on the left coast of the Arkansas River, right here in Jinx, America.
Mabel, you got to hold the wheel. I'm trying to write it down. February 24th and 25th here. Quick question for you, Dr. Zelda. It's amazing how I can talk to you from my car to the radio. It's a unique telepathic communication I have here.
Yeah.
Do I have to have a fancy internet connection, and do I have to wear pants to attend your workshop?
Well, technically, kilts are for men. Kilts would be accepted.
That's great.
And when you're here, we take care of all the internet connections while you're here. I mean, you do need to get on. I guess you could just call us technically.
If you could fax me over an MP3, I will definitely be there with my iPad.
You might need to hit a different school before you hit this school, Mr. Oswald. So,
well, somebody just bought a ticket in the background. Okay, we're moving on now. We're talking about having a bias for results. This is what Bill Belichick says about it, read from the voice of Oswald from Oswald's Bagels. He says this: you get the job done or you don't. Oh my gosh, what does he mean by this, Dr. Robert Zelda?
Well, I mean, I tell you what, you either get the job done, you don't. I mean, it's self-evident in the sense that, and the thing about it, a lot of times as a business owner, you make assumptions. And like I'm assuming today, here we are, it's Tuesday, it's over lunchtime. I'm assuming that all my businesses and the people that are in them are actually doing the things that I've told them to do, that I'm paying them to do, and that I want them to do. But every now and then I've got to mystery shop them. Every now and then I got to drop by. Every now and then I've got to check the results and see that they did do the stuff that I'm paying them to do.
Now, Thomas, what questions do you have when it comes to, because you're growing your team now, you're hiring people. What questions do you have for Z about getting people to be accountable to doing what they're supposed to do?
Well, I'd say one of questions I have about having a bias for results and you're tracking your team is what's the most important thing to track and to look at, and what's like the least important?
To me, the most important thing is whenever you have an individual that you've done business with, there's a key indicator, and that key indicator you can ask that person. So let's say you go to customers that have gone through your process. All right. Billy just hired you. You guys came out with the drones. You did the drone, you did the photography, you did the stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Billy pays you all that. Thank you. Boom, boom. And then you go up to Billy and say, Billy, how likely are you to refer us to one of your friends? That's a key indicator. Break it down, Clay.
That actually is called the Net Promoter Score that Harvard talks about. And at the end of the day, what you want to do is you want to make sure that every customer that you work with is wowed, if at all possible. Because if you wow them, then they will tell their friends. And it's very expensive to advertise. And if you're going to get a new customer, you want to do everything in your power to wow them.
Right. Now, apart from that, and that's one of those things that, okay, that just tells you everybody in your business, you find a guy and he says, well, I'm 10 out of 10 likely to refer you to a customer. In fact, you guys did awesome. I am and what we call an apostle of your business. I'm going to go out and preach
It might be a little much, but I got a tattoo of Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates on my left arm, and on my right arm, I put the auto auction there. I wasn't sure of the name of it, so I just wrote Z something, but now I'm adding the 6 and the 6 tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Perfect. That, Thomas, is the actual end result that is above and beyond anything you can. That right there, boom, home run. Now, here's the other thing. Now, really, for me, what's one of the more important things is profit. You've got to look at that P&L. You got to break down your numbers. And you know what? As people aren't stealing from you. People are doing their job. People are using the right parameters. You're going to make some money.
Now, Thrivers, when we come back, we're going to talk about Bill Belichick's maniacal focus on results, and how he does it on the playing field this Super Bowl Sunday.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station. This is Tulsa's only local business radio show, and in fact, it might be Chattanooga's only local business radio show. Every market we're in, I'm just telling you what, the Thrive Time show is really becoming a kind of a phenomenon. I wouldn't call it viral yet, but what's happening is most of the listeners are going to thrivetimeshow.com and they're sharing the podcast with a couple people. And what's happening is we're just growing exponentially, and it's fun to see that. But the product, you say, what's Thrive 15? What's the product? Our product is trying to help you start and grow a successful business, because Z and I know that once you build a system that can create financial and time freedom, you get to be the best you that you want to be, Z. You get to do whatever you want.
Whatever you want. And I'll tell you what, what's fun about this show is, well, we have a little bit of fun on the show. Yeah. That's just our personalities, and we enjoy doing that. So thanks for putting up with that. To get to the meat of the show, which is always very practical business tips. I mean, today we're talking about how to manage your team. And we've pulled, it's Super Bowl week, but we've pulled what we think is one of the best managers of a team / business. All right, you can kind of fill in team and business is the same thing, is Bill Belichick. He's done a great job, and his concepts are the same concepts that you should have as an owner or a manager in your business, because you hold these and hold your people. What number are we on now? 5 or so?
We're on number 5 right now.
We're on number 5, and we've got like 16 to go through. We're not going to get through all of them today. This is probably the next couple of days of the show. We'll have fun with it, building up to the Super Bowl. But Clay, I wanted to brag on you a little bit. I'm going to brag on this young man to my left a little bit. He is a great author, and he just wrote just an awesome book. And I was asking the other day, I said, hey, it looks like you've got an image of Belichick on there. He goes, well, I've changed it enough to make it to where it's not going to, it's going to be fine. Yeah. But it's called Do Your Job, A Look Under the Hoodie. Very clever, and it goes through his 16 points on management. And you say, well, that's not a business. Well, I mean, it's a football team. We'll call it a business, okay? But the thing about it is this, is that what we've learned in business and in our in-person workshops, we teach this, the 13 points for our business. I don't care whether you're selling pizzas.
I don't care. We don't care.
Or like your Thomas here with the photography / drone company.
Yeah, we don't care.
It's the principles are the same.
Now, here's the thing, guys. I want to get into there's 4 principles that Bill Belichick has that have helped him generate results, okay? So one is everyone on the team has a key performance indicator. It's a number that they're held accountable for.
Right.
And I know this sounds crazy, but if you get a chance to read his book called Belichick Brady, he talks about scouting for receivers. And one of the things he looks for when he signs a receiver is, can the man set blocks? He wants a receiver who will set brutal blocks.
You would think it'd be a dude that could catch the ball. I mean, I'm just, He wants a guy. I'm not an NFL coach.
He wants a guy who will set brutal blocks. It's something he's obsessed with. And so they're talking about, he's always drafting these slow guys or signing. He signs a lot of guys that every other team has cut, and he brings them on the team. But he wants people who can set blocks, because that's what he needs to win. The other thing that he does, which is crazy, is he knows what he wants out of every position. He has it written down. So all of his kickers, all of his punters are always left-footed. Did you know this?
I did not know that.
And they're always left-footed because it's crazy hard to track the ball if you're used to always seeing it come off the right foot. And it causes a few more bumblings of the ball, a few more fumbles of the ball when people can't quite get their eye on the ball. This is left-footed punters everywhere.
Oh, my gosh. I did not know that.
Third thing is he looks for guys who will play on both sides of the ball. So when they won the Super Bowl years ago, Troy Brown was their best receiver, and he moved him to defensive back because someone got hurt, and they kept winning. So the thing is, their star receiver, they switched him to defensive back. What other team could that happen?
The Patriots is the only one I know. Because Bill Belichick is purposeful in it.
Yeah, and the fourth thing, which is interesting, is after every game, they always bring it in after the game. The whole focus is on the team winning. And if you go to Patriots.com, you can watch them. But after every game, whenever they win, they all bring it in and they go, oh, yeah. That was Teddy Bruschi who came up with that idea. But they bring it in, and they never are allowed to talk about individual achievements during the press conference. They have to talk about the team's achievements. So if you have a great game, you're always supposed to deflect and brag on another teammate or the team itself. You're not allowed to speak about yourself and what you did during that game. And it's a team-based culture. And so, Thomas, I want to ask you, have the floor, my man. You've built Full Package Media. It's a growing company. You're a real-life thriver based in Dallas, Texas. What management questions do you have for Z? You've got the man sequestered inside the box that rocks. Any question goes, man. Ask him anything. Go for it.
Well, I guess along those lines about the team first, not being an individual, and how do you draw the line between making the business to serve you and still helping your employees reach their goals, or how do you kind of balance that, or what's the move?
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. You're listening to The Thrive Time Show.
Yeah, this is going to sound crazy.
Oh, boy, here we go.
This is going to sound crazy. But in my book, The Business Pig, one of the chapters I have in there, I might have to break this down for you because from the hip, you're going to say, oh, my gosh, that is crazy. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't feel very good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very good. But listen, Thrivers, we're going to break this down. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Don't worry about it. But Thomas, in my book, Business Pig, a chapter starts off with this. It says, the big pig at the trough eats first.
The big pig at the trough eats first.
What does that mean?
I'm hungry for some bacon.
What is that?
What is
that? What are you doing? Why are you confusing me with farm stuff and pigs all the time? It's just confusing. And what I mean by this, Thomas, is that a healthy business, a healthy entrepreneur, a healthy person is one that makes sure that they are put first in their business. Oh my God.
That just feels so, I don't know if it's a word, but it feels so kind of Darth Vader-y.
Because here's the concept, and here's what you've got to get a hold of. And I know you're driving right now. You're driving back to your office from lunch. You're driving down the road. You're sitting at your desk going, that doesn't make sense, Z. What in the world are you saying? And that is, listen, it's out of your excess. It's out of your extra. It's out of your overflow. It's out of your overflow that you can help people with. When you talked about, hey, listen, how do I get the best out of my people? How do I show my people what to do? Because you make an example of yourself. And what I mean by that is that a healthy business then can, i.e. a healthy bottom line, you're kind of like, well, I'm going to put my employees first, I'm going to put.
Let me walk you through what that looks like if you do that, Z.
Please do.
In some of the businesses that I own and I'm a part of, we have a certain music that must be played overhead because it's customer facing. So customers walk into the store or into the shops, into the locations, and we want a certain atmosphere.
Sure.
And so the atmosphere that we want is kind of like this.
You're purposeful in that.
And you walk in, it feels kind of like you're in a wine bar or something.
Like a sushi restaurant or something.
Yeah, it's like in the raw.
Yeah.
It feels cool. It feels kind of fashion forward, kind of Soho.
Yeah.
And people come in there, and what happens is typically the front desk man or woman will typically say about every 7 hours, bro, I've had to hear the same playlist like twice today. And then they want to say, can we change it? And I say, no. And they go, why? And I said, because the average customer doesn't get their hair cut for 8 hours in a row. They get their hair cut for 30 minutes, and I've chosen every single song on this playlist to create the ambiance that we want. And that's about it. That's if I ever give them an explanation, that's as much as I give them. And I just keep playing the same stuff. And if you've ever worked at Victoria's Secret, you've ever worked at the mall, you've ever worked for a big retailer, I'd say this, if you're listening and you've ever worked at the Olive Garden, like every 45 minutes it's, when the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's amore. And then you're going, would you like me to
pass the breadsticks?
Yeah, and it's like a
more salad.
Yeah, and if what happens is if an employee there, took a kind of a counter and they said, how many times have I heard that song? Probably every 8 hours, because it's a rotational list. And so the business has to serve you as the owner, and the owner had to decide on that playlist, and the customer and the employee get served, kind of down the line a little bit.
Yeah, and if you let them go for a second, okay, bro, I'm sorry, you've had to listen to that playlist too much. You just play what you want to play, and then he's in there playing. Welcome
to the Olive Garden. We're having a Darth Vader theme today. We have some great lasagna. We're going to do some Darth Vader because Trevor in the back is really excited about Rogue One, and it's hard for me to talk over this music, but Trevor really enjoys the Rogue One a lot. Anyway,
I want the best for Trevor.
I'll take your drink order as soon as I can hear you. I got to finish this song because now Sarah though.
Just point with the lightsaber to the beverage you want. I can't hear you.
Now Sarah's kind of into Prince right now, and so I'm sorry. Welcome to the Olive Garden. We're playing. No, you can't run a business that way. It's not an opinion poll. It's not democracy. It is a total dictatorship. It's called a business. And Z, for the people listening, they say, I want to learn more. I want to learn how to activate these things. I want to start and grow a successful business. Tell them about Thrive15.com.
Well, the fun thing about the Thrive Time show that you're listening to right now is that we can give practical business tips, okay? Sometimes we have the time to really unpack them and deep dive, and sometimes we don't. And so we have a backup plan.
Here we go.
Thrive15.com for $19 a month. You can get on there and you can binge watch all you need to know about business, just all day, all night. It's up to you. It's like the Netflix of business coaching.
And item number 2, we have the Thrive Time Show podcast. You can hear this broadcast and every other broadcast that is archived there forever at thrivetimeshow.com. Movie number 3, in-person business coaching. You want a one-on-one mentor to help you grow your business and to navigate the tricky waters of entrepreneurship? We can help you. And the 4th, we have our 2-day in-person Thrive Time workshops. They're on February 24th and 25th. February 24th and 25th. Get all the information you need at thrivetimeshow.com. And I'm sorry for those of you who couldn't get into the first time. We were all sold out, but we're expanding, adding more room, and we have a scholarship, so it's available. It's affordable for everybody, Z.
Hey, listen, it's 2017. It's the last day of January, so the year's still young. And guess what? You can start your business this year. We'll help you. And as always, Clay, we end the show with 3, 2, 1, boom.
All right, JT, so hypothetically, in your mind, what is the purpose of having a business?
To get you to your goals. So it's a vehicle to get you to your destination.
Whoa. And would you need profits to get there? I mean, is when you have a business that's successful, in your mind, in your expert opinion, would you need profits to get you to your goals?
Yeah, because if you have a $15 million business, but you have $15 million of expenses, it's kind of pointless.
Holy crap! All right, so the question I would have here for you: if you could take 10 minutes or less and see if you could save $3,000 a year by reducing your credit card fees, would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
Holy crap. Why would somebody out there who's listening right now who has a sane mind, why would they not go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card to schedule a 10-minute consultation to see if they can reduce their credit card fees by at least $3,000 a year.
Why would they not do it?
Yeah, why would they not do it?
Maybe because they didn't understand how you said the website.
The 3 is a symbol of the spirit of the Griswold family Christmas.
No, that's clear. Okay, so that could be true. So I would encourage everybody to check out thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card, thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. What would be another reason why someone would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save $3,000 or more on credit card fees?
Maybe they think it is a waste of time and that it won't. It's not possible.
There's somebody out there that's making more than $3,000 every 10 minutes, and they're like, nah, that's not worth my time.
We getting there, right money. We getting there, right money.
There's probably someone out there that would think that.
Well, I'll just tell you, folks, if you're out there today and you're making less than $3,000 per 10 minutes, I would highly recommend that you go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card because you can compare rates, you can save money. And, the big goal, in my opinion, of building a business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you have to maximize your profits. Holy crap. Now, one way to maximize your profits is to increase your revenue. Another way to do it is to decrease your expenses.
It's a profit deal. It takes the pressure off.
JT, is there any other reason why somebody would not be willing to take 10 minutes to compare rates to see if they could save a total of $3,000 a year on average?
I am at a loss and I cannot think of any other.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.
Well, let me tell you a good story here real quick here. I actually, years ago, compared rates with this company here called IPS. It's Integrated Payment Services. And I scheduled a consultation. I don't know that I was skeptical. I just thought, whatever, I'll take 10 minutes. I'll compare rates.
I can't tell. You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
And in my case, in my particular case, I save over $20,000 a year.
Holy crap.
Wow. Which is, like groceries when my wife goes to the organic stores.
Find everything you need today?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Oh, God. No.
Everything okay, ma'am?
It's just that you've only scanned a few items and it's already $60. I'm so scared.
Okay, I'm a trained professional, ma'am. I've scanned a lot of groceries. I need you to stay with me.
It's just that my in-laws are in town and they want a charcuterie board.
Well, this isn't gonna be easy, so I need you to be brave, all right? What's your name?
Patricia.
Trisha, all right. I need you to take a deep breath. We're about to do the cheese.
That's the difference between eating organic and not organic. So because my wife eats organic, I had to take the 10 minutes needed to compare rates to save the $20,000 a year on credit card fees just for one of my companies.
One question, what's the brand name of the clock?
The brand name of the clock, Rod. Do we have name of the clock? It's an elegant from Ridgeway. It's from Ridgeway.
Let's
buy the clock
and sell the fireplace.
So I encourage everybody out there, go to thrivetimeshow.com/credit-card. You schedule a free consultation, request information. A member of our team will call you. They'll schedule a free consultation. It should take you 10 minutes or less. And then they're going to compare rates and see if they can't save you more than $3,000 a year off of your credit card processing.
You were hoping what?
I wouldn't owe you money at the end of the day.
No, you don't owe us money.
Because at the end of the day, the goal of the business is to create time freedom and financial freedom. And in order to do that, you need to create additional profits.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%, We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months, or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. That they taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours where he does these tours all across the country where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy, Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company or, navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
If we go back 8 years ago, think about the number of clients you had back then versus the number of clients you have now. As a percentage, what has been the growth over the past 8 years, do you think? We got to inspire somebody out there who just doesn't have the time to listen to their calls.
Okay, so Clay, it's like I would go up and down from about $10,000 a month up to about $40,000, but it's up and down roller coaster, and so now we've got it to where we're in excess of 100 clients.
That's awesome.
And so I would have anywhere from 5 clients to 20 clients on my own with networking, but I had no control over it. I didn't. Without the systems, you're going to be victimized by your own business.
For somebody out there who struggles with math, if you, let's say that your average number of clients was 30 and you go to 100, as a percentage, what is that?
I have doubled every year since working with you. So I've doubled in clients, I've doubled in revenue every year. It's 100% growth every year I've worked with. Now, so I'm looking, we've been good friends 7-8 years, and I've got doubled 5 times.
Which is just incredible. I mean, the first time you do it, that's one thing, but when you do it repeatedly,
yeah,
I mean, that's unbelievable.
We're working our Blessed Assurance off this year to double. We're planning on doubling again. We're incorporating some new things in there to really help us do it, but we are going to double again this year. I started coaching, but it would go up and down, Clay. That's when I came to you, as I was going up and down, and I wanted to go up and up instead of up and down. And so that's when it needed a system. So creating a system is you have nailed down specific steps that you're going to take no matter how you feel, no matter the results. You lean into them and you do them regardless of what's happening. You lean into them, and it will give you X number of leads. You follow up with those leads, turns into sales. Well, I tell you, it's if you don't have a script and you don't have a system, then every day is a whole new creation. You're creating a lot of energy just to figure out what are you going to do.
Right.
And the best executives, Peter Drucker is a father of modern management. He said the most effective executives make one decision a year. What you do is you make a decision, what is your system, and then you work like the Dickens to make sure you follow that system. And so that's really what it's all about. So with a script here, we have a brand new gal that just came in working for us. She nailed down the script, and she's been nailing down appointments. Usually we try to get one appointment for every 100 calls. We make 200 to 300 calls a day per rep.
Right.
And she's been nailing down 5 and 8 appointments a day.
Somebody out there is having a hard time.
That script.
So she's making how many calls a day?
She's making between 200 and 300 calls a day.
Whoa. And our relationship is weird in that we do. If someone were to buy an Apple computer today,
yeah,
and or let's say you bought a personal computer, a PC, the computer is made by, let's say, Dell, but then the software in the computer would be Microsoft, let's say, or Adobe or whatever that is. So I basically make the systems, and you're like the computer and I'm like the software. It's kind of how I would describe our relationship. Yeah. Tim, I want to ask you this. You and I reconnected. I think it was in the year 2000 and what was it? Maybe 2010. Is that right? 2011 maybe? Or no, maybe further down the road. Maybe 2013.
2012.
Okay, so 2012, and at that time I was 5 years removed from the DJ business, and you were how many years removed from tax and accounting software?
It was about 10, 11 years.
We met, how did we re-meet? What was the first interaction? There was some interaction where you and I first connected. I just remember that somehow you and I went to Hideaway Pizza. But do you remember when we first reconnected?
Yeah, well, we had that speaking thing that...
there it was. So it was Victory Christian Center. I was speaking there.
My name is Robert Redmond. I actually first met Clay almost 3 years ago to the day. I don't know if he remembers it or not, but I wasn't working with him at the time. I asked to see him and just ask him some questions to help, direct my life, to get some mentorship. But I've been working with Clay for now just over a year. The role I play here is a business coach, business consultant. I work with different businesses, implementing best practice processes and systems that I have learned here by working with Clay. And the experience working here has, to put it real plainly, has been just life-changing. I have not only learned new things and have gained new knowledge, but I have gained a whole new mindset that I believe wherever I end up will serve me well throughout the rest of my life. Since working with Clay, I have learned so much. I mean, I would like to say almost everything about business in terms of the different categories. I haven't learned it all, but I've learned all about marketing. I've learned about advertising. I've learned about branding. I've learned how to create a sales process for organizations in any industry. I've learned how to sell. I've learned how to create repeatable systems and processes and hold people accountable. How to hire people. It's almost like every aspect of a business you can learn. I have learned a lot in those different categories. And then, again, the mindset that I've gained here has been huge. Working here, you can't be a mediocre person. You are a call to a higher standard of excellence. And then as you're called to that standard here, you begin to see those outcomes in every area of your life. That standard of excellence that you want to implement no matter what you're involved in. I would like to describe the other people that work with Clay are people that are going somewhere with their life. Marshall in the group interview talks about how the best fits for this organization are the people that are goal-oriented. So they're on their own trajectory, and we're on our own trajectory. And the best fits are those people where there can be a mutually beneficial relationship, that as we pursue our goals and we help the business pursue those goals, the business helps us pursue our goals as well. And so I'd say people that are driven, people that want to make something of their lives, people that are goal-oriented, they're focused, and they're committed to overcoming any adversity that may come their way. Clay's passion for helping business owners grow their businesses it's unique in that I don't know if there's anyone else that can be as passionate. Whenever a business starts working with Clay, it's almost as like Clay is running that business in the sense that he has something at stake. He's just serving them. They're one of his clients, but it's as if he is actively involved in the business. Whenever they have a win, he's posting it all over his social media. He's shouting it across the room here at Thrive. He's sending people encouraging messages. He can kind of be that life coach and business coach in terms of being that a motivator and that champion for people's businesses. It's again unique because there's no one else I've seen get so excited about and passionate about other people's businesses. The kind of people that wouldn't like working with Clay are people that are satisfied with mediocrity. People that want to get through life by just doing enough, by just getting by. People who are not looking to develop themselves, people who are not coachable, people who think that they know it all and they're unwilling to change. I would say those are the type of people. In short, anyone that's content with mediocrity would not like working with Clay. So if you're meeting Clay for the first time, the advice I'd give you is definitely come ready to take tons of notes. every time Clay speaks, he it gives you a wealth of knowledge that you don't want to miss. I remember the first time that I met Clay. I literally carried a notebook with me all around. I was looking at this notebook the other day, actually. I carried a notebook with me all around, and I just took tons of notes. I filled the entire notebook in about 3 or 4 months, just from being around Clay, following him, and learning from him. And then I would say, come coachable. Be open to learning something new. Be open to challenging yourself. Be open to learning and adjusting parts about you that need to be adjusted.